you set me free from the strangleholds of sin that have ruled my life. I know I took for granted your love for me. I know. May my hopes and desire be that I may have a closer walk with thee.
First you tell them to go sit down somewhere. Amen. You got to come right with this one. Amen. Amen. She's singing, she's available, but she ain't falling for anything. To God be the glory. Until then, she married Jesus. God bless you and God keep you. We'd like to draw your attention just briefly today. I know you want to take your moms out for those who are going out. Deuteronmy, the 32nd chapter, in 11 through 12 verse. Then we're going to jump to Exodus 19 and 4. I'm just going to give it to you the way the Lord gave it to me. Amen. That 11th verse says, as an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, then beareth them on her wings. The 12th verse says, so the Lord, I love that part, alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. Then we'll jump to the book of Exodus 19 and 4. It says, he hath seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. I would like to use as a topic today, as an eagle stirs up her nest. You may be seated. As an eagle stirs up her nest. My brothers and sisters, you may have heard this message or something similar to this maybe years ago. Amen. If I'm not mistaken, maybe even Dr. P.J. Jones may have preached this message. As an eagle stirs her nest. But when I thought about those eagle birds, y'all may know nowadays with technology. Amen. They got birds up there at Bear Lake. What do you call that? Up there in the mountains. Amen. In the Bear Mountain, whatever that, where it snows. Amen. They have these live cameras. And they're there right now live, but we're not going to go where, amen, Jackie lives. Amen. Eagle bird name is Jackie. And a husband bird is named Shadow. Amen. Eagles are Jackie and Shadow are bald eagles. And as you can see, Jackie there, if we time in right now, they got a live cam on Jackie. Now, Shadow, amen, and the other little bird they call, the eaglets. They call them eaglets when they were little bitty birds. Amen. And the bald eagle, they just call them baby eagles. Amen. Learn a whole lot about these eagle birds. Come on, somebody. And as we study these eagles, and I read this text, I started thinking how a mother is similar to this eagle bird. Well, tell me about this eagle bird. Well, I'm going to tell you about the eagle bird. This eagle bird wingspan is about 7 feet wide. Amen. And the eagle is considered like the king of the air. You know how you have the king of the forest? Amen. Is the lion. Well, the eagle bird is considered the kingly bird. It's the largest bird. Amen. The wingspan, and let me correct myself, 7.2, amen, feet wide. And I looked and said, well, that's a large bird, amen, the male. But I found out that no, it's not the male that is that big, it's the female. Wingspan is 7.2 feet wide. All right, here it is. The male bird is only 6.8. Well, wait a minute, you mean the female is larger than the male? Yes. I found that this eagle bird, amen, the female is larger than the male. I thought about that. But why would God make the female larger than the male? Usually a dog, amen, or a dog, amen, the man dog is bigger than the female dog. And your average man is bigger than a woman. But God fixed it that way. Because he knew that the female eagle bird had to have more wingspan and all of that, and you know, and all the things that they have so that they can sit on it and have more. Because you know they're going to sit a little more longer than the male eagles. So they have more feathers to keep their eggs warm. But how God fixed it that way? And the smaller bird, being the eagle bird, being the male bird, he had to be a little slimmer because he had to be a little faster. Because he's the hunter. Come on, somebody. He got to swoop, and when you have that extra weight, you can't swoop the way you need to swoop. So God made the male bird a little, you know, because he's the provider. Come on, somebody. And as this eagle female, her, sits on these little eaglets, these eaglets, these little baby eagles. She would sit there. When I found out a little more about these eagles, found out that their grip is 10 times stronger than a human grip. In other words, when it latches on to something, 10 times, you say, I'm holding this pulpit kind of hard. But can you imagine an eagle 10 times stronger in the grip than any human being? This was a kingly bird. It's a kingly bird. This eagle bird, not only is a strong bird, but this bird eyesight can see 20 feet further than a human. In other words, a mile away, an eagle bird can visualize its prey. If it's a rabbit, no rabbit can get away from the eagle. Let me tell you, the eagle is a fast bird. Oh, my God, my God. Well, what are you saying, the rabbit? You tell us a whole lot about the eagle. The eagle can fly fast as 100 to 200 miles per hour. I'm trying to line this thing up. The eagle bird can see his prey. Even at night, it has this ultraviolet. See, we don't have all that. Ultraviolet light. God built it that way so even at night it can see rats and not on their rats. It'll pick up your dog. Oh, y'all didn't hear that, nigga? Let me tell you about an eagle. An eagle can pick up a baby. Come on, somebody. A human being. If you are in the wrong place, to grab yourself. That's how strong an eagle is. My brothers and sisters, the eagle is built that way because how God made it. And it takes an eagle. You'll find them up high elevations in the mountaintop. And as it makes ready to build its nest, the eagle is so smart. Goes to the highest cliff. And it finds it way up there. Then when it gets to the cliff, it finds the tallest tree. And it starts building. I'm going to preach this the way I feel. Start building its nest. Start putting sticks, branches, pointed sticks, pointed branches. Then in the middle it mixes leaves and things from bushes and makes it nice and soft in the middle. And I thought about it. Sound like a nurturing bird. A bird that want to make sure when it's time to hatch these little eaglets that they are protected. Am I right about it? And I know today I'm going to speak on my mama. My mama was a protector. Oh, y'all didn't hear me. How many mothers protected you? I don't know a mother that's going to allow their child. I want y'all to pay attention. This message is too deep. Y'all in the back, pay attention to this. Listen here, y'all. Mamas are so important. I know what I'm talking about because I know what I'm talking about. Amen. I see how my wife makes sure her children, amen, the room got to be nice. Am I right about it? Father's a little different. I just tell the boy, go clean your room. Amen. I'm not going to go behind. But the mamas go behind the children. Am I right about it? Y'all, I'm hearing something, amen. You know the boys gonna do it the way, the girls gonna do it the way. But mamas has a way of going in there, making sure everything is right. Gonna dust it up a little bit more. Gonna make sure the bed is right. Gonna make sure their head is right. The mama, just like this eagle bird, gonna make sure everything is right. And as they sit there, them little eaglets, she keeps them nice and warm. Amen. She'd rather see them warm than herself. She'll sit on those eggs, amen, up to 64 hours. Amen. Will just sit right there on them eggs. But then here come daddy. I found out that it takes a village to raise children. Come on, y'all say amen. The male bird, brother, amen, shadow. You mean that's Jackie, he got shadow. Amen. Shadow going flying around with food and all of that, making preparations for the hatching of these eggs. And she said, you know what? I mean, she could speak. She said, come here, Shadow. I can hear it now. I'm a little tired. You bring yourself over here. And they were trained, but I saw this with my own eyes. Jackie gets up off the eggs. And he comes shout. He said, it's not down. Amen. Help. Amen. Incubate them eggs. Make sure they stay warm. In other words, they got to do this. Some gets on do this. Then the other one gets tired. Then he comes that daddy. He sit himself down. I'm trying to go somewhere all this. Y'all see it in a minute. Isn't that something? How God makes these evil birds a protector. Amen. And they make sure, amen, of their strongness. They make sure that those eaglets are protected and make sure no bear can get to them. No other birds can fly into their nest because they got those pointed sticks there. God made mothers the way they made mothers. Amen. The mothers rap different than a daddy. Am I right about it? The mothers teach their children, nourish their children. They have an intuition when things is wrong. They know. A mother knows. She can look at her child and see, amen, things that daddy can't see. Just like how God blessed the eagle to see far distance. God bless, amen, mothers to see deep into their children. She can look at her child and say, I know something wrong. And I can look and say, babe, what are you talking about? Just the way they walk, just the way they're looking. I know something not right. And 9 out of 10, she's right on point. Because she rapped like that. Thank God for the mothers. Amen. They can see things going on with their children. I remember my mom, without me saying anything, knew that things were on my mind. Am I right about it? And she would pull me aside and say, what's going on with your? Is everything all right? For those who have mothers, cherish your mom. I wish my mom was here. You miss that talk with your mom. Come on, somebody. Am I right about it? No matter how old you get, you want to lay your head in your mother's bosom. Come on, somebody. Can you imagine how these eaglets feel? Come on. They give care and guidance to their little eaglets. And as they begin to get ready to hatch, amen, they come on out of the egg jar. Am I right about it? Then watch watch this, and I'm almost done with this describing this eagle. Then as a little bitty eagle babies, amen, mama and daddy, they go out and get little worms. And the eagle don't know how to eat yet. And they sit there with their mouth open. And mama take it out of her mouth, out of her beak, and she push it in the little eagle's mouth. Do y'all remember how mama used to take care of you? When mama would feed you that baby food. When mama, see, God wrap mothers that way. Have more patience. Would stay up all night with the bottle and make sure the baby, because she's nurtured like that. And these intellectuals, they sit there and they sit there with their mouth open, and the mother bird just keeps on feeding them. And I stopped by and they tell you this brings us to this text today. When we look at this text in Deuteronomy 32 and 11, it says, as an eagle stirs up her nest. And I thought about this God during the time of Moses was letting know in this text that God had to do some stirring up some things. Amen. And he looked and said, well, the children of Israel, you know, I got to stir up some stuff. And when I got to the text, I tried to figure out what do you mean about an eagle stirring up the nest. Well, the environment, as you can see, when those eaglets grow and become bigger, it's time for them to come up out of the nest. And sometimes God got to change your environment. Because we get too comfortable in our nest. Amen. Those children that you raise, they become young teenagers. And they're so comfortable under mama. And around about it, there's time they want to spread their wings and get up out of the nest. But the problem is, we parents want to keep them in the nest because they're your little babies. But I'm so glad that I had a mama that stirred up some stuff. She said, you ain't going to sit around here. You're going to either work or go to the military. I had no option or go to school. Y'all ain't here today. Mama stirred some things up. I feel like preaching this thing. Am I right about it? For your parents that make your children too comfortable, learn this lesson like the eagle bird stirs up the nest. Get yourself up. Man, be a man. Mean for yourself. Just shake the nest up. In this full year, the eagle, you see how soft it is when the eagle birds get so big. She got to move that softness out of the way. Get them leaves out of here. Let them sit down on some hard sticks so they can feel the sticks. Like a dust of hound of the nest. Like the Lord had to do to Israel. He had to get them out of Egypt. Egypt was their nest, but they had to come out of Egypt. And I stopped by the day to tell you, God is like an eagle. He got to stir up some stuff in your life. You won't go where God needs you. Let God stir it up. You got to stir up your neck. You got to have some sick days. In order for God to get your attention, you gotta have some broke days. is all right all the time. God is stirring up goodness. Yeah. Thank God, like the eagle bird. God is a strong God. Yes, He is. He'll never leave you. No way forsake you. There's job problems, stirring up the nest, church drama, stirring up the nest. We get too comfortable in our sin, and you gotta stir up the nest. Yeah, say yeah, yes. He's trying to get you from point A to point B. You won't answer his call. If you're too comfortable, you gotta shake it up. I'll never forget when my car broke down in an accident on the freeway. Driving the car, I had no insurance, lost it all, but that's all right because I'm going places I shouldn't be going. God had to stir some things up. I got beside myself, coming to church but hanging out with the bad boy, coming to church but doing things I know that was wrong, but God you to know that God, like this eagle bird, he will hold you, he will take care of you, he will nurture you. Am I right about it? As he stirred up the nets, he told Moses and all of them boys, if you just hold on, he said, I've seen, tell Moses, I see Egypt, they was in Egypt, but let them know, Moses, I brought them out with wings of an eagle, and I'm so glad that God can bring you out. Am I right about it? If you get tired, just like the eagle nets, the mother gotta let the eagle nets, they gotta fly out. She gotta push you out of that net. I feel mighty good, and as she put them out of the net, and them birds get moving, and they fall down, almost about to hit the ground. But here come Mama Bird. She swoops and lifts them up on her wings, and just like Mama Bird in the desert, when you fall down, God, he swoops you up. Am I right about it? On his wings. I'm so glad that I don't have to worry about God. If I fall, God will pick me back up again. Give God some praise. Shout yes! Yes! Thank God for Jesus, my eagle. He went to the cross. He died on the cross. My eagle. He went in the grave. He went in his nest. But he come out of that nest in 3 days. He jumped out of that nest. Called all power in heaven and earth in his hand. Hold on, my sister. Hold on, my brother. God got you. He's got to stir you up. There's a healing in here. There's deliverance in here. To God's handshake your hand. God is able. How many know God is able? I know he's all right. How many know he's all right? Hold on to God's unchanging hand. In your latter days, God got you. Hold on, my brothers and sisters. God looks high, sits high, and he looks up. God looks, yeah. God is speaking to some young person today. Trouble won't last always. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. You're never alone. Mother might be gone. Mother eagle might be sleeping in her grave, but that's all right. You got the truth and living God. He's a mother to the motherless. He's a father to the fatherless. As the eagle stands in the hands, remember this message. One of these days, God got to prepare you for your next call. God got to shake some things up. You got a blessing.
That's right.
Just keep on going to God's unchanging hand.
That's right.
He'll teach you.
Yes, He will.
You got missionaries in here. You got evangelists in here. You got all kind of God got preachers in here. You got all kind of things going on. But you won't know until He shakes it up.
Yes.
Give God some praise. God tribulation. I know God prepared me. When I come down to church, I say, God, you know the help we need. You know the things we need to get done. But help, good help is hard to find. Sometimes I feel like you're on an island all by yourself. But I learned that I'm not by myself. Because if God can swoop up the Israelites on his wings and bring them out of Egypt, I know he can swoop you up out of your situations in Jesus' name. The doors of the church is open. There might be somebody who would like to come. Give your heart to God.